the one person who has enjoyed the COVID like anything was Rajat Ojha. And here is a man who will talk about his party night, the product which he built, and he made Daler Mehendi's dance on the Metaverse. Give a big round of applause to Rajat.
Here, my name is Rajat Ojha. How many of you play games? Super interesting. How many ever tried to know how games are made? Interesting. Okay. How many of you like mathematics? How many of you like physics? How many can actually draw using a pen and pencil? Welcome to the game industry. That's all you need. One of the product, of course, we are kicking some asses right now globally, and one of the finest, use cases established in Metaverse space. But before that, I want to talk about video game industry because both of these things are interrelated. Play my slides.
Mario.
And this is how it started. This is where we are today. Sluggish is not my problem, trust me. Industry brings the left brain and right brain together, the only business which actually brings the creativity and the analytical skills together. And you can make movies, but there is still, there's a lot of, non-tech there. Here you cannot survive. I'll not go deeper. You've figured out. If you have played GTA, have you played GTA? Awesome. So you have played the biggest entertainment product ever created, and this is just the start. There will be many more games which are far bigger than this, and that will be GTA 6, or probably our game, So the thing is that people keep on talking about getting in movie industries, and when they think of entertainment, they think of movie, they think of Netflix, they think of comics, but game industry is put them all together, add them, still game industry is bigger than that. And one of the example is of course GTA. And people say all the time, especially to me, because I advocate games, people say that you celebrate violence. All the games are about violence, but when Mahabharata, Ramayana happened, video games were not there, right? And at the same time, there are some beautiful games which have been created around a lot of other emotions other than violence. And these are some of the games. I don't want to talk. There are hundreds of thousands of games. You can definitely search for them and you'll find them. And during pandemic, even WHO changed the stance saying that please go ahead and play. That will make your life beautiful. You will be socially connected. You will not be depressed. So you should play games. It helps in so many ways. Time is limited, so you can talk to me later. So 2022, we are $197 billion industry. People say, the McKinseys and the KPMG, the boring people, they say it will be 225 billion, trust me, it's gonna be way bigger than that. way bigger than that, because Metaverse is coming. All of you who don't play games will be part of video game. You will live inside video game. You will be part of the Metaverse. And that's why, that is the reason, not just companies, countries are investing in Metaverses. And we'll talk about it very quickly. This is how India, the whole thing looks like. And whoever says women don't play, 37% women actually, are the gamers are actually female. And at the same time, above 44, 65% are female gamers. So the thing is that they do. Today we are 397 million gamers in India alone, we're talking about. And that's a huge number. And just go back in time, 5 years, 7 years, probably this number was not even 3 million. And pandemic, of course, validated this industry, and then sort of a lot of things happened. The proliferation of 3G, cheaper data, and the mobile, for sure. We are already fastest growing market. We are the highest in downloading the game, especially on Android. So these are the numbers, but just to put the whole thing into perspective very quickly, video games are not just used for video gaming and entertainment purposes also. Indian Army uses video games for all their trainings. I personally developed tank simulations, which are like T-72, T-90 tanks, AK-47 guns, 67 different guns, all the critical healthcare, the surgeries, operations are performed in the video game kind of systems, where they perform all those things and get trained before they actually go and perform the real surgeries. Architectures use video game technologies today. Have you seen Mandalorian? Anybody? And at the same time, a lot of other things which are coming, especially Project K, Naga Chaitanya's movie, heavily using video game technology for creating all the VFX and stuff. And now, few days back, a week ago, Tesla said that they will open the entire Steam in their car. That means the access to 20,000 games you can play in your car. Now, imagine you make one game and you can make it work on so many devices, including your calculators. Doom has been ported on scientific calculators already. ATM machines, calculators, OTT boxes, mobile, TV, consoles, PC, everything. Imagine, So I briefly touched upon Metaverse, and I see personally, and the reason I believe in is not because I have a product, but I have a product because I believed in it. And we see it as the next generation operating system. We call operating system when the technology completely fades away. When you use technology to the extent where the use cases are thriving, you don't go underneath and talk about what technology is driving. And that's precisely Metaverse is reaching the point of that particular, pinnacle. So this is, the building blocks. The immersive world, which is the world created in a game, and that's one of the reasons I touched upon the video game part before this. Then have the creators tool, that means give people to create their own world. If you guys have played Fortnite, it had a very small little part of architectural building and creating things. But if you have played Sims and other games, you know exactly how it works. You meet them, you give them high five, and all those kind of communication. Add this, all those things, and add economy. That means I'm standing here, I'm singing a song, and I save this song. If people are using this song in Metaverse, I get paid. And if I want to consume a coffee, I'm not going outside to Swiggy. I'm ordering this coffee right from here through my Metaverse, and that coffee is being delivered to my doorstep. So I earned here and I burnt here. Everything is happening within Metaverse itself. So this is, of course, we call it 3D internet, but of course I've gone beyond and started calling it operating system. 2 is all about interaction, and 3 is about participation, where you are in there and participating. So this is $13 trillion, and that's one of the logic I was coming to. Again, these guys are giving, and they separate out gaming from metaverses, but I think these go hand in hand, and that's one of the reasons we are not talking about $245 billion industry, we are talking about a $13 trillion industry, and that will be the video game industry. Now the most important thing, the reason you guys are here, 280 different roles are provided, right from the sketching artist to somebody who's writing stories, to somebody who's writing narratives, to somebody who's giving costumes to the characters and all those kind of things. The most important is game producer is the guy who's just managing everything. Game designer, who's the storyteller, the only person who sees the end result beforehand itself. The programmers, the artist, and the QA. QA are the guys who are constantly playing your game. It looks very fancy, but imagine playing the same game 100 times every day. But definitely, from the programming side, of course, graphics programming, where you're dealing with Unreal Engine, Unity, and dealing with all the lights and stuff, AI programmer, all the things you actually study, all your lectures are coming in motion in a video game industry. When we were studying physics, everything was assumption. Assume this, assume that. Here, no assumption. I see it in real. The same thing. There is physics in absolutely, in a beautiful fashion. When you play Need for Speed, right? It's physics all over. When you throw a grenade, it's a physics there. When you shoot a gun, it's ballistic physics, right? All the things. AI programmer. When you're walking, avoiding all these, obstacles. Again, audio programming. When I'm walking here versus I'm walking there, the sound changes. How does it change? I'm not going to put different sounds every single time. It's the programming, which takes care of that. Network programming, because of which PUBG, BGMI works. People connect. Gameplay programmer, where we actually set a lot of missions. We make the main game, and we keep on adding different missions there. Then game design roles, the gameplay, story, level, UX, as the person before talked. Unfortunately, they did not include video games, but video game is one of the biggest use case of UX. If it's frustrating to maneuver the menus and stuff, but it's going to be really frustrating for people to get in the game itself and they'll skip it. Then there are a lot of art roles where you can do right from the concept to animation and texture. You can just take this beyond development also. If you don't want to develop, you can just be a player and make money. I have a friend, Fatality, Jonathan Wendell. He makes $5 million a year just by playing the game. People give him money. And then at the same time, you can be the commentator, you can be esports player, you can be content creator, pushing stuff on YouTube and all these places. Or if you don't know anything and you have money, you can publish the game. Skills required for game programming. I didn't know there are other verticals here, but talk to me if you want to. But of course, passion remains on top of everything. It's a passion-driven industry. But don't forget, if you don't have money, your passion will die. So always keep one eye on money and another eye on passion when you are running your business. Otherwise, let other person take care of that. You focus on your passion part. 3D maths, which is very important. Analytical mind. C++ is just a language, but mother of all the languages. So we always go with C++ and not with any other thing. Most of the game engines take care of, are built using C++. Career in Metaverse. Take a screenshot, Meta Architect, everything is happening. Everything what game development requires. Plus, if you are learning architecture, you can come here and do architectural part. You can be builder, you can be NFT artist. You need to know blockchain, so you need to understand. I think that whole 3JS and other things are coming. And the community is the biggest thing in Metaverse. And finishing with a very quick, so I think I should skip this because this is kind of a longer. This is our Metaverse which we have built. It's called Party Night. We hosted Daler Mendi. We are hosting some of the other. ISRO owns a land there. Mr. KTR Garu came there as a 3D game avatar and launched the policy. Should we skip this? Yeah, no. Sure. Let it go. It's 4 minutes. Yeah. So I'll skip this. So I'll skip this. This is me. And before I go, you can actually dance with Santa in Metaverse. This is me dancing with Santa, saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you.